Dear all, good evening to everyone. Uh, I welcome you all for this workshop on design thinking, critical thinking, and innovation design. On behalf of Sri Krishna College of Technology and Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering and the Institution Innovation Council, I welcome you all for this workshop. So today our chief guest, Mr. R. Rishivant, he is working in Accenture Bangalore as an application development associate. He is our proud alumni. Welcome you, Rishivant.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, on your busy schedule, already you accept this invitation. Really happy. Welcome you, Rishi.
Thank you so
Once
much,
again,
sir.
I welcome you all for this wonderful session. Rishi, you can take the session. Thank you all.
Yes, sir. Hope my screen is visible. Okay. Yeah. First of all, I really apologize to everyone, because I have not done much of presentation thing. Okay, I have gathered some knowledge, and I'm here to share those things only. Because sorry, today, as said, I had some work, so due to that, I couldn't properly make a presentation. But I'm sure, but I'm having a lot of stuff to tell you guys, and make sure that you don't sleep. Okay. And first of all, I thank Mr. Lenin Polendi for this grand invitation for me. And I thank our HOD and my other staffs who had helped me to reach this position in Accenture. And at last, I thank my fellow mates who are studying in Sri Krishna College of Technology. Okay, so I'm going to start this presentation. But just before starting this presentation, why can't we make this more good? I'll ask you some riddles, okay? I'll ask you one riddle now, so that you guys, I know it's hard to open your mouth and you can open your mouth in chat, okay? And you can even answer that in chat, okay? The first question I'll ask you, you can take time, okay? And after a topic, I'll ask you the answers. I'll just check the chat and let's see whoever answers is it good. Okay, from my salary, I'll send them a gift. Okay, that will be great. Even staffs can answer. Okay, this is also related to these design thinking, critical thinking, innovation design. Okay, so the first question I'll ask you guys. Okay, let's see. Um, I'm having 6 cups. Okay, it's arranged in a row. Okay, the first cup is empty. The second is filled with Pepsi or something. Okay, and the third is again empty. Fourth is filled with Pepsi. Fifth is empty, and sixth is filled with Pepsi. Okay, that is a condition. You have to swap only one glasses. Okay, and another condition is you have to swap the consecutive thing. Okay, there are two things. One is you have to swap it, only one swap is allowed, and the second thing is you have to swap the consecutive things. So these are the two conditions. So what is the exact outcome I need is you have to arrange it in such a manner that the first 3 cups are empty, and the second 3 cups are full, or the vice versa. So I hope you guys understand the question. So let's see what comments do I get in chat, or if someone is ready to open up the mic and say it's really good for. Okay, but you have to swap only one cup. That's the main criteria, and swap the consecutive cup, not the first to fourth or first to sixth. Like that, you can't do that. It's only first to second or second to third to fourth, like that. Okay, so that's a thing. So you guys think the answer. In the meantime, I will go into the presentation. Okay, I won't take much of the time, because I know, guys, you have entered a lot of college activity, and then you have come to attend this meeting. So I'm not here to bore you guys much. Okay, so I'll just brief you on everything. Make sure that you understand everything. So first is design thinking. So okay, I'll directly jump into the topics. The first thing is design thinking. So what exactly is design thinking? um, I think everyone will have some ideas about design thinking both. Okay, so design is something, yeah, For girls designers, that dress design, earring design, so like those things. And for boys it's the car design, the bike design and everything. Yeah, obviously that is design, but in my Accenture point of view, those are hardwares. Okay, like you can see everything in the point of view that you want to see. You can feel it, you can touch it. But in software point of view, you can't see anything, you can't touch anything. So that's what is design I'm meaning here. So you can imagine everything, you can think anything, but you can't feel it. But you are able to prove that in a different way of outcome. Okay, so that's what is design. So there are actually 6 steps. Okay, 6 steps in design thinking, and these are really basic steps. Okay. So the first thing is you have to understand. So what exactly I'm going to understand? So I will understand what the problem is, what the problem exactly given is. For example, if I'm given a problem, so this is my problem, but I'm not given any constraint. So what exactly is a constraint? You have to limit this within this thing. Uh, more to explain anything with constraint is, if I'm having a floor and I'm having 4 walls, so you can and a ceiling, so I have to get out of this room. You can do anything with the walls or something, so that comes under design. Okay, so I'm not giving you any constraint. You have to escape out of that house. You can do whatever you need. You can bring a saw and like open up the ceiling. You can get out. You can make a door and you can place it in the wall and you can get out, whatever the thing is. Okay, so that those things are design thinking. Like coming to more general things, our college, especially in our college, apart from studies is not much thing every staff is expecting. If they expect you to innovate something, like you have to do a lot of projects. I hope a lot of first year and second year guys are here, right? So when it comes to third year and so, you will like focus on your placements. But when you're entering the first and second year, like you will have a lot of knowledge. Openly I'm saying, you have a lot of knowledge. You will have it, because I know, I have experienced the same thing. So you will have a lot of ideas, but you don't know whom to approach. We are having a project lab, I know that, and it's open for 24/7. Okay, so you can go there. Like if you are gonna do a project, it doesn't need to be a big project. You have to create everything on your own. That's not gonna be a project. That might be a project, but that's not a starting stage for every person. You will be scared, I know that, but just go to that area, and you just explore everything what have been done. You will find that nothing has been done except for changing one thing, which has made that product completely different into another project. For example, in my class it happened. My class fellow mates, they had they did one project that was really a super project. Like what to say is, they had we are triple students, right? So we are having the flow of current, but we don't know how much current we are using, and there were a lot of problems. So they actually like, we know how much current we are using. We can see it in the EB meter. But the problem is what the exact amount of current each instrument it is using. So for that, they actually took only one current sensor. Okay, they fitted that current sensor in that circuit, and they just measured everything. Okay, that was so simple. But there were a lot of companies approaching to them, asking them for come to their company for internship, and like they even offered placement job. So that was really small thing, but that had a big impact on what the project is. So this is what design thinking is. You can do anything for anything and everything, but you have to understand the concept very clearly, like what you are going to do. That is the first thing you are going to. Next is observe. Like you go to what I said before is, you can go to your project lab. You can just view whatever the things are there. That is observation. That is keen observation. Nothing more to observe, and more than that. If you're just seeing what that thing is, you will come. That thing might be doing something, but you will come to have an idea of other five things which that doesn't do. This observation is more than enough. That brings you new kind of ideas. So this is observation. And the next part is synthesis. So what synthesis is? Synthesis is nothing but like you can filter everything. Filter is like you can separate what you need to do in that thing. There will be a lot of things which you might need or might not need, but that particular thing which you need, right, that can be done with the part of synthesis. Next is ideate. So ideate is like challenging assumptions and creating ideas for innovative solutions. For example, that very simple, guys. I know we all are having a lot of friends, but when you're going to approach something, like when you're going to say to your friend that I'm having this kind of idea and I'm going to do this kind of project, the first thing what your friend does is they analyze the thing, and they come with a negative comment saying that this is not possible, or this will have this kind of errors. But you guys have to have the idea that two things you have to do it. First, what is the risk? What the risk analysis is? What the negative impacts that does those things have, and how to overcome those things. And the second thing is, if they are telling you those things, don't stop with that. Just go for it and take those. What are the negative impacts that will create, and you can even rectify those in your upcoming projects. Not, you don't need to do that exactly in the same thing. You can just wait. You can just improvise it in the future, with the help of some other friend or the same friend who criticize those things. That is something which is called an ideate. You can have a lot of challenging things, but you can come with a proper idea. Okay, and the next is prototype. As I mentioned earlier, you don't have to do a lot of things to change a complete product. Okay, there can be a small change, but those things you can't just explain it to every person in a PPT or something. You have to make a design of your own. That is not a tough thing, guys. Really, that is not a tough thing. You are seeing everything. Like if you're going out, you're seeing a needle, you're seeing a bike, you're seeing a car. From simple things to complex things, everything is man-made. Okay, so everyone has done everything. So if they can do those many things, people like us can also do something. They have not built a car overnight, or they have not built everything overnight. They have started with some malfunctions, some errors. Okay, like if you take Einstein, the great scientist, like he has invented bulb, right? So if you take his idea, like for the bulb, there is a material. What material we use for? Can I have an answer for that in the chat box? What material does Einstein used in bulb? Fast. If you know the answer, you can tell it. Just 1 minute, I'll give you. Superb, tungsten. Yes, that's correct. But do you know, was it the first atom that he gave it, so that, did he think tungsten is the right material so that we can use that thing for bulb? No, definitely not. I think around 200 or 300 different materials he used. Even he plucked his own hair from his head, and he even used those things. So those many things actually he used, so that in order to make a small piece of bulb, he used so many innovations. But he didn't leave those things behind, like saying that, okay, I'm not doing this anymore because like none of the material is working. So even your Iron Man, he doing creating an arc reactor, he even created a own thing, right? So those many things can be created. Like those guys are also normal humans, right? So if they can do, we can do a small thing, not a big thing. Okay, So that thing is one I wanted to tell you. And the last thing is testing. This is really important. uh, Before I told you, right, people used to criticize you, tell you that this is not right, this might be problem, so and so. So better you take, you have a lot of solutions. If you are having even n number of solution, test everything. No worries. Even if it takes time now, if it is a good thing that you're gonna leave out, then you can do that for sure. Like for example, if it takes around 600 different types of test cases, you have to do it, because if you are starting today to test it, and if it takes around 50 or 100 days or whatever the thing is, if you are starting today, even that same innovation can be done by another person, but he tends to start that after 50 days, he will be backlogged. Okay, so then there is no issue, you can start at the day one and you can do anything of your own choice, right? So these are a lot of, there are a lot of things that people can do, but we used to think that we don't have a partner, we don't have the ample amount of resources, we don't have the amount of money or something. But I'm very well sure about this thing about our college. If you go and approach your project lab or something, and or your HOD or someone, like the staffs present here, right? I'm really saying that if you are gonna approach that, it's really good. They used to say that it's really good. Try it. Whatever the thing happens, let's see. The college really has a big amount of support, because my friend, one of the guy, he did a project and he got around 17 lakhs, I think 17 or 17 and a half lakhs for that project to be done in a national wide level. The government was funding him, so he didn't even go for the placements, and he spent another 1 year in our college, and he did that project and he finished that those project. Okay, so those many things can be done. The government is there to help you, the college is there to help you, so start from the day one scratch, so that you can do a lot of things. Okay, and now coming back to my riddle question, so I think some of you might have an answer. Let's see if anyone has an answer. I'll give another 1 minute. Okay, I'll repeat the question for you guys, so that if someone has joined late or something, I'll ask this question. So let's see who has the answer. There are 6 cups, and one cup is empty. The next cup is filled with Coke. The third thing is empty. The fourth has a Coke. Fifth is empty, and the sixth has a Coke. Swapping to we have to swap only once, but the swapping should be continuous. If you are swapping second and third, it's okay. You can't swap 2 and 4 or something. Okay, you have to swap it only once. Let's see who answers. Can someone open up? I'll give another half minute. I'm a cool person, okay? Seriously. So it's okay if you are opening up, or else you are shy. If you are shy, it's okay. You can put it in the chat box. Let's see. I need some answer, okay? That's all. And I appreciate for that tungsten. I'll buy you something, okay? Okay, the clock is ticking and I have another 15 seconds. Let's see. Tick tock, another 5 to 10 seconds. I thought our college guys, right? They worked a lot and hard worked a lot in their school days. They joined college, right? So I thought they had a lot of thinking skills, obviously. I'm not negatively expressing anything. Don't scold me afterwards, okay? I'm just telling that you can open up and speak. That's all. Okay, let me say the answer for you guys. Okay, this is also kind of design thinking or something. Think smart. Okay, so the thing is, you can. What I said is the first and the third and the fifth is empty, and the 2, 4, 6 is fill. So I'm not gonna swap anything. I'm just gonna take the second glass, okay, and pour it in the fifth glass. Fifth glass is empty. Second glass is filled, and if I pour it, I'll get the first 3 glasses empty and the last 3 glasses filled. That's That's a simple answer. Even these questions might be asked in interviews for sure. Okay, if the HR is really good, he wants to have a fun time with you, he might ask you those questions. Okay, and I'm gonna ask the second question. Let's see. I'll give ample amount of time when I complete the second topic, and I'll come back to you guys. Okay, the second topic is okay, sorry. The second question is okay. A taxi driver went down the street. Okay, a taxi driver went down the street, which is a one way. Okay, note it very clearly. This is a one way. So he passed many police officers, but he didn't get caught. Why? Okay, I'll repeat the question. The taxi driver went down the street, which is a one way, but he passed many police officers. Okay, but he didn't get caught. Let's see who answers. Okay, in the meantime, I'll be going to the next topic. So this is critical thinking. Okay, so what exactly is critical thinking? There will be questions like what is design thinking and what is critical thinking. I think okay, okay. So what exactly is critical thinking? We will come back to what is the difference between those things. But let's see first. For the first thing, what exactly is critical thinking? So critical thinking is the analysis. Okay, he isn't driving, so he's good to go. Okay, sir, I'll definitely buy a gift, sir. From my salary, I'll definitely buy you a gift. Okay, and hats off to you. Congrats. Okay, guys, your staff is answering. I thought you guys also could answer. Let's say. Okay, so the second question is answered by your sir. So small claps to him. Okay. So I'll be going to the next topic. So this is critical thinking. So critical thinking is the analysis of available facts, evidence, observation, arguments to form a good judgment. So what is critical thinking? You have to have some constraints. You will be having a lot of constraints. So from that constraints, you have to think something. Like what exactly to mention is you will be restricted with few things. You should only do these things, you should not do these things. So these are the two things you will be having. From that you have to form a solution. Most simply if I say is you are in a court, you are the judge. Okay, there is like now there is something going on in Bangalore. Does any of you know that? Like I think you guys are very well good at Instagram and Facebook, I think. So let's see who knows what the problem of Bangalore is now. Does any of you know that? So can I get it in the comment box? Okay, I think you guys know, but I'm thinking you are shy to speak. Okay, the hijab protest is going on, right? For the parda thing and so on. So for this, uh, if you guys, if like normal people like us, if we are yet to give a decision, that decision is something different. We will not have any particular constraint. We will just give the like a judgment as something saying that okay, we will be favoring to so and so people. We will consider like these people will be okay. Like we will do that. But the government has some policies. They will have some standards. They are going to ask some evidence and so stuffs are there. They can't just jump into a conclusion saying that this is okay for these guys and this is not okay for those guys. So if they say so, right, then the next day the protest is going to start. They will have a riot, they will have a chaos, and okay, so a lot of things going to happen. So the government, the court, the judge, they used to think in a different way. That's exactly what is critical thinking. They have to have a decision that doesn't affect anyone, and the same time that that decision will be favoring to ones who is really in need of those decisions properly, right? So this is what exactly is going to be critical thinking. So in critical thinking also we are going to have some things. Okay, in day-to-day activities, right? So in that also we will be having a lot of critical thinkings, but those critical thinkings will be easier, not that much tougher, right? So critical thinking is actually a habit for many people. Like we will say that that guy is affected by something, but that guy is really, like, what to say, he used to think critically. Recently, right, Shivakati has uh, what casted in a doctor movie, right? I think so. Like when the in the first scene itself, the military guy and another terrorist guy will be carried to that tent, but he will treat only the terrorist. But his senior used to ask, what why are you doing this? But he will reply that definitely the military person is gonna die. At least I could save this terrorist to get some information. That is what really is critical thinking. If you are going in a compassionate ground, and if you are gonna save that military person, definitely you're gonna lose that military person as well as the terrorist, and you can't get anything out of nothing. Okay. So but this thing, like, at least we can get the 50% of what the exact thing is going to be. That is what critical thinking is, getting the most outcome out of what you are having. So this for this you will be having, you have to have a lot of knowledge, you have to have a lot of exposure, you have to like just go through a lot of cases whatever happened in India. If you're gonna India and other countries, if you're going through this, like what the judge has given a judgment. So if you are going to see those things, you will have a lot of knowledge about critical thinking. Definitely both are needed, design thinking as well as critical thinking, both are needed. Because if you are entering into a company, there will be a chances of having ample amount of resources should do a stuff which is completely new. So there comes your design thinking, and that's not an issue. But when you're coming to a critical thinking situation where this is the constraint, you have to do it within these dates and everything. So that time you should not be scared. You have to have a knowledge, like, okay, I can do these many things, I can do these things, and I can get the outcome with so and so knowledge. So there are always 100 solution. If there are always 100 solution, there is also a 101 solution. Okay, so that thing you can really get to know from what really critical thinking matters and everything is. Okay, because people actually have to have that knowledge of critical thinking in order to have a sound future. Because nowadays, if you are going to a company or somewhere, they will ask you only one question: hard work or smart work? Definitely both counts, okay? But if you are doing a hard work, it takes time, and you will not get much of recognition because hard work is done by everyone, so recognition is less. But if you are going to do a smart work, you will complete that in a less time, and so you will if so you're completing those things in a less time, you will also like have a separate recognition which others doesn't have. So these many things you will have to know, like what you are gonna do in critical thinking. Like you have to have a keen amount of decision making. So what decision I'm gonna make, so that that point of view is gonna be right. So this is one thing. And the next is analyze. You have to have a quick analysis. Everyone knows to analyze something. It takes if you are gonna take much time, then there is no point in doing that analysis. That might tend to fail. If you are gonna analyze what coronavirus alpha is, now we are in delta stage, it's gonna be over. Okay, so we have to analyze so faster in order to stop what is going to happen, or we have to give a new solution. Okay, and reasoning is one important part. What reasoning exactly is, you have to tell this is why the thing is gonna happen, this is not why this is not gonna happen. Like you have to differentiate what that is gonna happen or not. So these things, like reasoning also, we are having a lot of different types of reasoning, like logical reasoning, and stuff. So we have to give the solution in such a way that your reason is perfect, so that you can say the person, because due to this reason this is happening or this cannot be done. So that is what reasoning exactly is. And next is problem solving. So you have to have a solution think thinker. You should be a solution thinker, but not a monotonous solution thinker. You have to have a wide amount of knowledge, like what are the different solution you can provide for the same input and output. Okay, the input and output is definitely going to be the same, but the way you're going to reach that is completely different. If you are going to reach it in a shorter path in a lesser time, that's going to be really appreciable, and your work is going to be unique there. Okay, and the next thing is evaluate. Like the same thing we did it with design thinking, this is evaluation. Like you are going to test something, you are going to have some knowledge, like what is exactly this is. If this is going to be good, then how much percentage it is going to be good than other solution what I'm going to give. So these are the things which comes under critical thinking. I know I'm speaking a lot, and you guys have a habit of talking. So critical thinking is over for you guys, and I'm not going to speak much on those things. And okay, so I'll be asking you another riddle. This is going to be a last riddle. So if someone has the capacity to answer it, then I'll be giving them also a prize. Okay. So let's see. The third thing is an old man dies. Okay, a old man's gonna die. Before dying, he says that he has two sons. So he's saying to that two sons that whoever is gonna, they are having two horses. Each horse belongs to one son. Okay, whoever is gonna ride the horse slower to the finishing point, that son inherits the property. You obviously know that horses doesn't listen to our speech, and it always runs fast. So, and moreover, horse race is nothing but you can't drive it slowly. It is horse races. You have to drive. It will drive fastly. Okay. So they go to a wise man. Okay. They go to another person asking that what can be the solution that can be done in order to get this right. We need inherited money. So what can be done? So the man says an idea. Okay. After listening to that idea, they come back and they ride the horses very fast. Okay, like what exactly the wise man would have said? This is the question. Okay. I think everyone are clear with the question. There's a old man who said that two horses there for the two sons. They have to ride the which horse reaches the finish line at a slower time. That horse owner wins. Okay, so I'm gonna. They went to a wise man to ask what can be done. He says a solution, and they come back and they ride the horses very fast. Okay, but they have a winner. Okay, like what exactly the old man would have said, so that they rode the horse very fast. Okay, this is going to be the question. And the next thing is I'm going to tell about design thinking versus critical thinking. So whatever I have said about design thinking and critical thinking, we are going to merge everything to come to a conclusion that what exactly is design thinking versus critical thinking. Nothing is versus here, but just the thing is that you have to have why this thing is needed and why that thing is needed. Design thinking is nothing but you are having a wide amount of knowledge for everything. But in critical thinking, right, you will not have you will be having a lot of constraints than knowledge. So you have to have the mind in what constraint exactly that is, and you have to give a solution for that. So this is the main difference between design thinking and critical thinking. Like people over the years, they have made a lot of analysis and said about like critical thinking is conditioned. So is this is gonna happen, like those things are set for the critical thinking. But the design thinking is it will happen, it should happen, like that thing. If we combine those both things for innovating a particular design which is very critical to think also, so that comes under your should. This is the strategy, this is what I'm gonna work with. So that's exactly what is um, like design thinking versus critical thinking. Okay, because critical thinking is frequently used to solve many business problems, but design thinking is something you're gonna innovate new things. Okay, so like the next is innovation design. Coming to the innovation design, right, it focuses only on addressing people's need with what the technology feasible and diversing a viable business strategy. Okay, so which will be used to derive value for the market opportunity. So what I have said is, uh, you have to frame you have to frame a separate path in which you are going to work separately, and you have to have that knowledge in delivering that thing out to your colleagues, your friends, or whatever the people is. So you have to have a proper way. If you are going to copy something, or if you are gonna cheat something, right, that will have definitely have a copyright issue. So you can't think in, like, I'm not saying you can't think in another person's perspective, but that doesn't match 100% or 99%, right? So you will be getting caught. So obviously you have to work in a unique manner which another person doesn't work, so that you will come to a process, you will come to a conclusion where this is gonna really happen. Okay, nothing. I'll share a small experience with you guys, and I'm gonna wind up this section because, like, I'm not gonna make it more tougher. I went to the project lab once. Okay, we will be roaming everywhere. Once we went to the project lab. Okay, so I saw a drone there. Okay, and I saw a dispenser. Like, dispenser is what is exactly? Your Coca-Cola, ice, dairy milk things. There will be a box. Okay, if you are gonna put money, that will rotate. There will be a spring-like thing that will rotate, and only one chocolate or one Coke is gonna fall in the bottom, and we are gonna collect it. So this is what I saw. So I just took those both things, and I just combined those both things. Okay, that's nothing. I didn't do anything extra. I just combined those both things. I just had the drone, and underneath that I just attached this dispenser. I said everyone that this is a kind of drone delivery, because that time drone delivery was not into existence. Okay, but like, it was around 3 years back. Okay, nothing much on drone delivery was there. So I told them this is gonna happen. I told that I will program, if 4 houses needs to be delivered, I will go to each house and deliver. I'm going to use the dispenser. It will automatically dispense this, and it will automatically go to the next house and dispenses, and come back. So this is what I said. First thing from your friends, right? That what comes is, this can't be done. This has some issues. They said one good issue. What is that? Is if the person is not available in the house or something, because I told that this can be worked with Flipkart and Amazon or something to deliver those things. Okay, they said is, if the person is not available in the house, then that dispensed, the item to be dispensed, right? So that can't that should come out, so that to deliver the next item. Otherwise the both items will fall in the next house, or something is going to happen like that. So they told. So we again in I again innovated something different with that. Like, I took a box, instead of that dispenser I took a small box or something, and I split it into four divisions. Each division contained one item. So if I program that particular drone to deliver, the front item should be delivered to this house, left should be delivered to another house, right should be into another, back should be another. So if this happens, like, it is going to deliver to each and every house, and if the person is not available, then that thing is not going to deliver, because, like, that is not going to fall off. Okay, so these is like, it is a child's play. Okay, every fifth or sixth standard guys might can do this. But the thing is, people doesn't, they have a lot of knowledge with these things, but they don't come out, they, because the lack of people who are guiding them. So if there are a lot of peoples in our college, and the government is also supporting these kind of innovation, and the college is really supporting much. So you can come out with whatever ideas you have, and you can open up to your staffs and everyone, saying that I am having this idea, I'm having that idea, you guide me through. This means they are definitely going to guide you, because I have seen a lot, your staffs, right, they are also interested in going out with you guys. So they will help you establish this project in many states. Okay, so they will also come with you, travel with you. The college is going to fund you for everything. If your project is really good, the college will really fund you. You will go there. Your college will bear your other expenses also. You will go there, and you can, and they are also going to enjoy, you're also going to enjoy, and you are also going to give show a project which is really new to everyone. And you will also get knowledge, because like others also are going to deliver their projects, and you are also going to have some more time, fun time. Okay, so you can definitely approach your staffs in order to have a lot of project ideas. They are also having a lot of project ideas, and they are thinking whom to give this project to a right person. Because you guys, right, after 2 months you might think, no, this is not gonna work, or something you will think, and I'm having these kind of issues. You should not do that. You should work. If you are gonna work in something, you are gonna work completely for that, and you have to finish that and give that to them. Even though if you're gonna go out, you have to finish that and give that to them. They will definitely say your name. Okay, your name will be established everywhere. So this is really gonna happen, if you guys are really gonna involve this. This will be really helpful for you guys. Okay, and I'm not gonna much say anything more. And for this answer, does someone have the answer for the third question which I asked? I think no, right? So I will just answer this. Okay. And before, like I said, that two horses, right? Which horse is lower, I'm gonna win. So the two person who is riding the horse, they shifted their horse. The A person gave his horse to B, and B person gave his horse to A. So they both rode the horse very fast. So whoever wins, right? That person who is sitting on top of that winning horse will get the reward, because obviously his horse has lost, right? So this is the answer for that question. So I think you guys also think a lot of have a lot of design and innovative thinking, so that in future I think it will be benefit for you. Mm, as your staffs and everyone are going to support you. It's really helpful. Okay. So thank you so much for this wonderful time, and I'm really sorry if I had bored you guys. Okay. Thank you so much. Lenin sir.
Rishi.
Yes, sir. I have completed. Like the students are really good.
Okay, thank you, Rishi.
Yes,
Dear
sir.
students, if you have any queries, any doubts, you can ask him. He's our very good student, alumni student. He did many projects. He involved in many activities. He's a very nice person. So, as a friendly, you can contact him.
Yeah, I
So,
have
if you have
also
any
given my number.
doubts,
Yeah, you can ask anytime. I'm always available, but I'm not as knowledge as much as your professors. Okay, because they are really having a lot of stuffs, because they had met a lot of students. So you can definitely ask them. You can also ask anything related to anything to me also. I have given my number. And I am friendly too. Okay. Since you sir said this is gonna be uploaded in YouTube or something, so I just spoke in English. இல்லைன்னா எனக்கு தமிழ் ஓகே தான், நான் நல்லா தமிழ் தான் பேசுவேன். Okay. If any of you are having any doubt, you can ask me. Not even now, you can ask me later on. That's not an issue. I think it's time, right? So, okay. Thank you, sir.
thank you so much for your presentation. Very good.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Rishi.
Thank you, sir. Have a great day, guys. Bye. And have a happy weekend also.
Thank you, Rishi. Thank you all.